So we're back with Professor Avram Ehrlich, and the question is about artificial intelligence. Where are you going with this idea?
Okay. Well, I suppose if it's done well, how would that be? And I'm imagining that the best practices of civilization should be deployed or should be employed by AI to empower individuals, not states and not large companies, or not powerful organizations, but the individual and their creative and co-creative capacity. So, my own preference, and I think that these are going to be discussed, how exactly the utopias of the future are what they're going to look like. But my own way of viewing the group utopia is a group of about 10 people who are creatively engaged with each other towards targets. And these 10, eventually 10s are going to be interactive with millions and millions, but the relationship that we have with our surroundings, with our peers, with our families, with our teachers, with our students, with our co-workers, with whoever they are, at any one time, let's say, just as we have 10 fingers in our hands, which are imagining, so we have some of a radar, they say that we remember 100 things or 100 people at any one period of time, all in all, because it's 10 times 10. But we have a certain way that we organize things, and we invariably will do so around our fingers, around our digits, so the way that we measure and catch and shape and create angles and understand symmetry and everything, and frame is often with our hands. So a group of 10 is my choice of quorum, and the and each individual would have empowered AI assistance, and their imaginations would be encouraged, and AI would be deployed to figure out the possibilities where an individual and with a group where they could go. So what I'm saying is manifestation of the group imagination, a method where AI can be deployed to like a roadmap for our individual decisions, for imaginations, for their targets, for their solutions to their problems, and imaginations towards their future. As a group, AI would become the servants, so to speak, or the enablers of the creative, the creative force. That it's a bit of an idealistic approach, and as I say it, I realize that this is very idealistic. That we all want to be just creative, but what I'm predicating all this on is that at some point we're going to have an absolute surplus. We're going to have everything we want really easily. Everything, food will be grown, protein, the best steak can be grown, and it can be sliced, and we can eat steak all day, and we can eat dead photos, and we will understand taste buds. It's already become clear how it works, and we can really have everything that we want. And so eventually creativity is going to be a critical way in which we will survive, and it will actually be the source of value, our capacity to have creativity. So the question is how to now organize our creativity and how to create a protocol between our creativity and somebody else's creativity, and not only somebody else's creativity, but a third removed in creativity, and then a fourth removed until 10, let's say, people. There has to be some limit to how many people are going to be part of one's creative process. So I call this 10. But anyway, so I suppose it can be summarized as integrated, entrepreneurial, diverse, integrated entrepreneurial teams for creative purposes. I call them for social value, because for immediate gain, that would not necessarily reflect their imaginations. It might reflect their needs or their survival needs, and we're presuming that there are no survival needs anymore. There's plenty. So it's value, where the person's heart is, and so that's what I want to. And that's where I want to go.